Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 5, Episode 6, and there's no way of glossing round it today. We go into Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup Quarter Final. Just 2 weeks after leaving Scunthorpe, we're leading out our new Championship side at Old Trafford. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's still in charge. He's won a variety of competitions at United in this alternate universe. He's won a Premier League, a Champions League, an FA Cup, and 2 Carabao Cups, more importantly. So we're going to have all of our work cut out for us today, but we're going to try and get a big result at United. Either way, we'll also be facing Watford in the Championship. They're second on 40 points. They're flying at the top end of the league. Another big former Premier League side, of course, as much as it pains me to say it as a Luton fan. And we'll continue our quest to make sure we get in the top half of the Championship and also look forward to the January transfer window. The bad news is that our chairman hasn't yet found a director of football, and we haven't even seen any bids going in for any of them at any stage. So I'm a little bit worried about that with just a week and a half to go, but I'm sure that situation will get resolved. Jadon Sancho missing for United today, an example of the quality they've brought into the club. Sancho on 250 grand a week just pales into significance the players that we have here. And let's see who else they've got. Milinkovic-Savic is there, Davinson Sanchez and N'Golo Kante. They have basically got a team of world-class stars. Some brilliant players that have developed from the youth team, the likes of Mason Greenwood, of course, and also the likes of Ben Chilwell and Justin Kluivert. Good young players in the world right now. So there's going to be a very difficult test. I saw Vinicius Jr. at the top there too. But before we get into those two games and see how we get on, whether we can get to a semi-final, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. I hope you're enjoying the move to Charlton and the new club. Managing at this high level in the 5th season's absolutely remarkable. I'm really looking forward to the year and just hope we get a good director of football so we can finish in the top half, as I'd absolutely love to be here long term. But then of course, as you know, I said that about Scunthorpe, and then this offer came along, so you never quite know what's round the corner. But if you are enjoying the series and looking forward to our big cup quarter final at our new club, please do put a thumbs up on the video. It makes such a difference, and I can't thank you enough for your continued support. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily FM20 content from both of my long-term stories. This one every 2 days at 4:30, and then a one club story with Dorking Wanderers on the days in between. We're trying to take them to the top of English and European football, but I should imagine that's a little bit of a slower building process. But either way, today I'm quite excited. Despite all the injuries, still not having a centre-halves back, it's going to be a massive occasion if nothing else. So let's go in and enjoy the Carabao Cup Quarter Final. We're on TV, we're going to Old Trafford. This, for me, from 2 years ago being in non-league, is an absolute dream. We just left Kettering just over 2 years ago for Halifax, and now we're here with Charlton at Old Trafford. So we're in decent form. We did win 2 of our first 3 games. I better go and show you that quickly. MK Donji were obviously with me as we won 2-0. That ridiculous own goal from Billy Cargill. And then a 2-1 win at QPR, a penalty from Ollie Christian Selnays, and we also had John Joe Kenny score a screamer early on. And it is interesting tactically, actually. He scored one of those goals from underlapping, and we really were impressed with that because we had that in our tactics. We discussed it in the last episode. I don't use it often. I'm not sure how it would work, but it worked down to a T there, and John Joe Kenny rifled one into the corner. Curtis Jones, the Liverpool youngster who's causing a bit of a stir at the minute, he scored for QPR and was generally brilliant across the board. He's hopefully someone will get in because the scout report's there for him. Is he listed as wanted? No, Watford, they're right near the top, so he'll probably end up going there. So let's just go and have a look at our lineup for today and see if we're favourites for this cup tie. As you'd expect, we're not. 74,000 at Old Trafford. We haven't played in front of a crowd that big as a manager before. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side, very heavy odds on favourites, and they're playing an attacking 4-2-3-1 according to that media report. So we're going to have to match them up defensively. Selnays will have a lot of defensive responsibility. To be honest, we have also had one problem since we've used this tactic, particularly the high intensity pressing. Some of these midfield players, they just can't cope with it. So we've got a few that are tired when we have 2 games a week, and that's pretty much been every week since we've started the series. And Shane Duffy's still at centre half, a bit slow. I'm a little bit worried about him playing today, but I haven't got any other options. Only Naka, who's not really natural there. So let's just go and get in with this 11, and the 18's about all that's available. So we've got Dylan Phillips in goal as the sweeper keeper. Miranda and John Joe Kenny are the fullbacks. Duffy and Stephen centre halves. We'll change Duffy to a central defender once we get into it. Selnays in a holding role. He's been absolutely remarkable. Wonderful player, great set piece delivery on all free kicks, corners and penalties, as you saw in that game at QPR. A Norwegian international who's brilliant, and he's been an absolute star for us so far. We've got Baptiste, the England international, and Alex Mowat in central midfield. Delgado and the returning Reg over on the left. He's not played a game for us yet, but he'll get 45 today. And then of course we can bring on a Samuel or a Pender again. And then a Rezo up front on his own. No goal since that MK Dons game, but I'm sure he'll be able to pose a threat on the break for us. If we look at the schedule again, I didn't show you the Burnley game. Selnay scored again, though we did manage to lose unfortunately, but the likes of Andros Townsend and Chris Wood getting the goals shows you just what we're competing against. I made a few tweaks to the attacking corners just so we're a little bit more of a threat from set pieces too, as we're certainly going to need all we've got today, as Manchester United are going to pose a remarkable threat. But let's get into it, see the strength of the United lineup and obviously see what we can do. We're not expecting anything out of this game, but we're just going to enjoy the occasion after years of struggling non-league. Well, it is the 4-2-3-1 for United, and they're pretty much at full strength by the looks of things. They've got Herwig Lozano over on the right, Rashford up front, Vinicius Jr. off the left, Milinkovic-Savic in the middle, Vinagre, Maguire and Dalot along the back four, and of course David De Gea still there in goal. A wonderful side, some brilliant players, and the bench looks just as strong. They've got such a brilliant squad, and we're just going to get into it with our 4-3-3. Remind the lads the pressure's off, we're not expecting a result today, and we're also going to go to a cautious mentality, just try and hit United on the counter-attack. Of course, because it's a big game, we've got a tunnel interview, so let's see what that's about. Milinkovic-Savic, world-class midfielder, of course we're going to close him down. They're missing Sancho, but I'm not going to feel too sorry for them. I'm sure they've got a few more people. And in Zdragova's performances as a winger, I've never seen him play here. He's not even been fit yet, so it's not a big problem for us. I'm a little bit surprised that's been brought up. Again, Pedro Delgado's versatility. We're not playing him out of position, so it doesn't really matter today. Some weird questioning for this Cup quarter-final. I guess it proves the reporters' lack of knowledge on non-league football. Lower league football, in the Championship, as Alberto brings it away on the counter. Look how quick United have broke there. That's our free kick they've come down the pitch from. Lobotka in the box, Dylan Phillips saved, and I think I'm going to have to go and change my set piece settings quickly. We need to make sure we leave 3 or 4 back when we're attacking, as you can see how deadly United are on the break. Well, we've seen off a quarter of the game, but the ball's into Maguire now, hits the bar. Lozano on the rebound as his shot blocked. Baptiste gets it away, the England international. Brilliant work from him there at the back, and now we're playing it out with Dylan Phillips. He goes short to Jack Stevens from a goal kick. Let's hope we don't get ourselves in trouble here. I would imagine United will be quite good at pressing up there. Baptiste back to Phillips, that's not a good ball. Out to Kenny, who does really well with it at right back. He finds Delgado, who holds it up, and again he's just looking for a man down the line. Milinkovic-Savic tries to foul him, but he gets it into Baptiste. Mao it out to John Joe Kenny in the end, and he beats Vinagre in the challenge too. Finds Delgado and Selnay. He often splits open the defence, but this time he just goes back to Jack Stevens. Long down the right to John Joe Kenny, does well to keep it in. He's being closed down and he's been beaten to it. Vinicius Jr. will bring it away. Vinagre back to him who clears long downfield, and now Rashford beats us on the counter. Even when we look like we're about to score, Rashford then comes in and skins the whole team. Great effort, good save. Lozano back across goal, and it just bobbles across the line. Doesn't go in though, and Lozano was offside, so we still survive with half an hour gone here. 10 to the break, we've come deep for this goal kick again. I'm not sure this tactic's going to work today, but then if we go long, are we going to beat Maguire in the air? Probably not. Oh no! Oh, not like that! Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous. Selnay has been absolutely wonderful for us in his first 3 games, and he has just passed it to Rashford one-on-one 10 yards out there. It's the sort of mistake you can't legislate for at any level, and Selnay unfortunately may have cost us the biggest game. Mowat gets the ball into Duffy. I can't get over that. That's absolutely appalling. It's Phillips at the back though. Let's start again. Stevens in towards Selnay there. No, he bypasses him this time. You probably can't blame him, and eventually it's cleared long downfield. John Joe Kenny playing it long again. We're just playing a bit of hoofball at the minute. We've been unsettled by that goal. We've lost our faith in what we do. As Dalot comes down the right hand side to deliver, gets to the byline completely unopposed. Good block in the end to stop the cross. But Lozano then gets the second one in. Headed down by Delgado. Vinicius volleys and hits the woodwork. The second time United have hit it in this game. And with 3 to the break, we're hanging on for dear life now. It looks like this could be a mauling if they get another. It's Luis Alberto with the corner. At the back post, Jack Stevens heads away. Delgado brings it down for Zdragova. We've not really seen him in this game, to be honest. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name right either, as he clears it long down the left hand side. At half time it's only 1-0 due to that woeful error. Otherwise we've seen off United pretty well, but Marcus Rashford the man who's made the difference, and that just shows the quality between the two teams. So we're going to tell the lads we're pleased with the effort. Generally they've been very good. I can't go and slate Selnay. He's been brilliant for us. Without him we probably wouldn't have won a game yet. He's won 2 of the 3 games single-handedly, scored the goal to give us a chance against Burnley too, but here he's just not quite good enough. He's made a a really bad mistake, and now Rashford's got the ball again 25 yards out. Manchester United keeping the ball brilliantly. Ironically, we have had more possession over the course of the game, not really in promising areas though. A lot of them passed out from the keeper and just keeping it at the back, not really leading to any good attacks. Into the box, cleared away. Mowat does well on the edge to get it clear. Arezzo will chase it, but Maguire's there first. Just shows we can't compete with the long ball. Vinicius out to Vinagre, they're dominating out wide. Vinagre into the box, completely unopposed. Good shot, and it's deflected behind. How's that a goal kick? It looked like whoever slid in, I think it was Duffy in the end. I'm sure we got a touch on that to put it behind. But either way, we'll take the goal kick. And with an hour gone, United are back in possession. Here's the centre-half, Maguire. He's got time to play it out from the box. Let's hope he does something stupid too. He does, and he switches it to Vinicius. Over on the right-hand side in this second half, strangely. Switch flanks and a good challenge from Miranda. But again, it's the United body that's there first. Out to Lozano on the left. He's got a chance to deliver. He can cut it back to Vinagre though. Chance to cross into Lozano again. Good turn and shot to make it two. Jack Stevens just couldn't get there quickly enough. And unfortunately, this cup tie's now over. We'll think about changes in a moment, particularly Regova, who is new back from injury in this game. And we'll bring on Asai Samuel for the last half an hour. He'll become his preferred inverted winger on attack, and we'll give him 25 minutes to make an impact. And we're going to go and make another change now, actually. I'm not sure what to do with it. Selnays maybe gets a rest. In fact, I'm not going to do it for now. Let's give it 5 more. John Joe Kenny's had a poor game again, so I might well bring on Adam Smith at right back. Vinicius Jr. with a free header in the box. Good save from Dylan Phillips. And we are now going to replace Kenny with Smith, and we'll get back into it with one change remaining. 15 minutes to go. There's not much going on here. Do you know what? I'm going to give the youngster a go. Michael O'Neill's going to come on the right wing, just because we haven't really had much joy out of the other ones. So I'm going to put Arezzo out wide on the right. He's not done a great deal up front. He can be a winger on attack. And then Michael O'Neill will go up front just as a poacher. Get him in between the lines. If we can get anything in the box, let him have a go at it. I don't want to go attacking because we could lose this 4 or 5. All about keeping confidence up when we're unexpected. The likes of Mason Greenwood and Clivert are coming off the bench. It just shows the difference between the two teams. As Selnays plays out from the back to Mowat, it looks like we're going to be losing with 5 to go. Here's Mowat in the centre circle. He's got time to get it wide if he can find the pass. In the end, just forced backwards to Selnays though. Good switch of play to Miranda. Here's a chance to cross. Can we get the poacher on the end of it? Back to Selnays, who shoots, rattles the woodwork. Almost made amends for his error there, but Selnays denied by the woodwork. And the 3rd time in this game it's been hit. That's probably my biggest argument with this update, as Harry Maguire heads a corner over. So many shots hit the woodwork. It seems to happen for all teams in all games, and I know it does happen occasionally 3 in a match, but not in nearly every single week. It's a 2-0 defeat though. We put up a good display, just individual errors costing us the game in the end, and we'll tell the lads we're pleased with their efforts. Just a 2-0 defeat is fantastic, and we really gave it our best in this Carabao Cup tie, which should give us confidence going into the Watford game. So there's the confirmation. United definitely coasted past us. O'Neill made his debut off the bench in this game. Arezzo needs a rest, so we'll go and give those guys a training rest over the next few days. I'm a little bit concerned about the fitness state of this squad, and we'll deal with a press conference off camera in a moment, and then we'll be back to face promotion chasing Watford at home. We're back for what's likely to be another very difficult game against second place Watford as we go into the weekend. Just 11 points separate us, but Watford running away in that promotion pack. We know realistically this is going to be a difficult game. We've got loads of players struggling for fitness too. Regova, Rigoni and O'Neill should be fit, but unfortunately both of those centre-halves still out, so we still can't go to our preferred tactic yet. Let's just keep a look on the director of football hunt. No one going in just yet, so we can't look at that. Everything being done by a chairman at the moment, and non-footballing people making football decisions. We're playing against Watford. I'm sure they'll be favourites. They're odds on despite losing 2 games in a row, but of course we've lost 2 in a row ourselves, so both teams in poor form. We've got 13,000 through the gate, so increased slightly after a couple of good results. Let's have a look to see what the lineup's going to be though, and I think, to be honest, we'll probably go for exactly the same 11 and 18 because we don't have many other options at the moment. The only thing I am going to do is bring in Adam Smith for John Joe Kenny, just because Kenny's had a couple of poor games in a row now, and we'll get into this second game of the day with the same 11, with the exception of Smith at right back in for John Joe Kenny. 4-2-3-1 for Watford as well then, and the man we spoke about in the last episode, Bunn the left back, he's the man we got $3.5 million from the sell on for. He's a brilliant player and he looks like he's going to do well. At 19 he came through at this club and then got moved on to Hull and Watford, so a really good player and he's going to do well there, probably become an England international. And down the left hand side seems to be their main problem. They've still got Ismaila Sarr in the Championship, £38 million, 62 grand a week. At 25 he looks a very good player, and I've no idea what he's doing in the second tier of English football. I was sure someone would have picked him up by now. They've also got the likes of Harrison Reed, Kovalenko in the middle as well. A sea of good players and not many regens at all. Only the left back actually and Palacios at centre half. Otherwise it's a very experienced squad. So we're going to tell the lads to prove a point, get a much better performance out of them today, and most of them motivated going into the first half. So let's see if we can do something to impress the home fans. 15 minutes gone and it's us with first blood on the left hand side. We have had the slightly better of the chances already. Miranda gets the ball into Arezzo. Miranda back again with the edge of the box. Crossed it to Delgado who heads in. He's been a bitter disappointment so far. We've not managed to get a good game out of him yet. But Delgado heads in at the back stick. A wonderful leap from the right winger. He is tall and he's good in the air. So it does help us out. Although he doesn't often direct his head as well. And he's always up from set pieces as well. But on this occasion he's made it count. So we're leading against promotion contenders as Duffy plays it at the back to Stevens. We're playing out quite nicely here. Mauer gets it to Delgado. Can he build his confidence? Into Arezzo one-on-one. Great save by the keeper. Harrison Reed then runs across the line inexplicably and eventually manages to hack it clear for a throw. But what a fantastic start to the game. With 20 gone, we lead 1-0 and we're on top. We're back with another throw on the left. It's Miranda bringing the ball forward to Arezzo. Led to the first goal, of course. Let's see if we can do it again. Miranda loses out in the challenge. Does well to win it back almost instantly. Back to Selnays who finds Baptiste. We're keeping the ball fantastically in the middle. Here's Selnays. Just waiting for that ball. In the end goes back to Shane Duffy instead. He finds Mauer who's got a man out wide. He finds the left back Miranda. A man running away from him in Zragova. But Miranda can cross to the back post again. Oh, same combination but it hits the post. Delgado with a fantastic leap yet again. Miranda even back to deal with a clearance. But with 25 gone, how's it only 1-0? We've been absolutely wonderful in this game. The best performance by far so far. But now Watford have got a chance to cross just wide of the post for a goal kick. And we've got to be careful with those break set pieces, particularly as it's just 1-0 at the moment. But 10 to the break, I'm delighted with the performance. The lads have been absolutely fantastic in this game. And we just got to hope they can keep it up for the 90 and maybe get a second goal to soften the nerves. In towards Mauer at the cross there. Headed away and now Maja can counter-attack. Over halfway, it's a 2-on-2. He's skinned a lot of them. They're all running away from him. What are they doing as Phillips saves the day? The centre-halves were just running towards the striker. There's two of them there. One's got to attack the ball, but unfortunately neither of them did so. We've got a corner to defend as a result. Maja delivers, but hacked away by Baptiste. Fantastic volley clearance out for a throw-in. That is the definition of putting a ball into Rosehead. There we go then. The half-time whistle goes at 1-0. We're going to tell the lads we're pleased. It's been a remarkable performance. We've been on top and it's the first time we've really dominated a game as we're back early in the second half with Zragova on the left. A chance to deliver to the front post. Arezzo's up but it's headed away. Doesn't really beat the first man if we're being honest. And Ismail Assar can hack it long downfield. Oh, Duffy's missed out. He's been beaten by the bounce. Cucho's in and scores. That is a ridiculous goal to concede. Juan Hernandez in from a long punt forward from Sarr. Awful defending by Shane Duffy. And you can see why we're missing the two centre-halves now. We can't afford to have mistakes like that. I'm actually going to take him off. He looks anxious now as well. Nothing we'd expect from an experienced player. Michael Hector will come on at centre-half. He can go back to being a ball-playing defender. And we'll just go and get into the last 40 minutes and hopefully get better out of our new centre-back. Well, an hour gone, and as we know from midweek, that's the limit for Zragova at the moment. He's absolutely knackered, so on comes Asai Samuel. He'll be an inverted winger on attack, and a chance for him to cut in and let Miranda maraud forward, and hopefully we'll be able to create a few more from crosses then. 20 to go, we're back with a Miranda free kick at the back. Today's a short one too with Selnays. Here's Hector the sub back to Stevens. I'm so desperate to get those centre-halves fit again, but eventually it's out to Delgado on the right. The goal scorer charging forward again. Long ball over to the left. Asai Samuel the subs there. There's three attacking the box if we can find them. Into Arezzo block, back to Mauer on the rebound. The keeper was already on the floor from the first shot. Mauer rifles it into the roof of the net, and we're back in front with 20 remaining. What a fantastic comeback from the lads. Again, Adam Smith the weakest of the back four today, so we might bring on John Joe Kenny the opposite way round, and for the last 15 see if we can see this result out. 10 remaining, and I'm so proud of this performance so far, but we've got a long way to go just yet. Arezzo and Miranda combining down the left again. Here is Arezzo pulling wide, cuts inside, beats two, shoots one, goes alone. Brilliant solo work, but a good save by the keeper. In truth, it was straight at him, and now we've got a corner to defend at the other end. Maja into the box, Demirsky heads just over. This is an end-to-end football match. Wonderful game, both sides trying to win it, and now it's Watford with a goal kick. We're seeing highlights every minute or two here, though Delgado intercepts the goal kick there. Finds Arezzo Fraser, good challenge. Falls for the left back who hoofs over the top, all the way to Dylan Phillips in the Charlton gone. I've no idea why we saw that. It's just gone straight back to our keeper. He plays short to Hector who plays out, and Mowat calms the ball down in the middle. Here's Hector to Selnays. Oh, it's overhit. Michael Hector's made the mistake now. We just haven't got any good centre-halves bar Stevens, and it's cost the goal again. Just having those two centre-halves out, and look how bad the replacements are. For Duffy's absolutely woeful. He's so slow. Hector's not a good enough player, and we're desperately waiting for Clark or Stockford to come back. We're missing them so much in this team. We've got a long ball over to the right-hand side. The keeper's come out, and Delgado's chasing him. Can he intercept? He can't. It's an end-to-end game. We're still going for it here, but Watford now bringing it down the right. We're a little bit caught out here. We've got a 3-on-3. Oh, he's lost his man again. Oh, they've won it. Ismail Assar's put it in. Michael Hector again has cost us the game. Two centre-halves, absolutely atrocious. We're going to have to go attacking now, but I cannot believe that we've thrown this one away, and it just shows how weak we are at the back. Going forward, we look a threat. We've got good players up there, but at the back, we just need our centre-halves fit. The two that have been in have single-handedly cost us those 3 goals, and we lose 3-2 against promotion-chasing Watford, but the performance is a really positive sign for the future. So I'm trying to keep sensible here as we look at Watford being inspired by the super sub. Let's be honest, it wasn't that. They were inspired by our sub of Hector. Duffy cost the first goal. We took him off for Hector. Hector then cost the second and third, and we're desperately waiting for those 2 centre-backs to be fit again, because they will make such a big difference to this side. We need a big January transfer window. Our director of football can contribute to that, and of course we've got to keep players fit for these games every 3 days. We're really struggling to keep up physically as well, but despite dominating that match for shots on possession, we end up somehow losing at home to Watford. As a Luton fan, it pains me even more, but for Charlton this is important moving forward. We're really starting to look like a very good side here, and I'm hoping we'll be able to make it count sooner rather than later. We're still in the top half just about, so hanging on to our job as it stands, but let's be honest, it's so tight there. We're 1 point away from 11th, just 2 points away from 17th in the league, so 1 defeat and we could be back down there again. And next we head to Middlesbrough, who are fighting relegation, but they're only 6 points behind us, so it's really tight in the Championship at the moment, and I'd imagine this is going to be a fight to the end. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we'll next be back, and we're probably going to leave it a little while now. I want to come back at the end of January transfer window. I feel like by then we'll have a director of football. We must have some fireworks with the transfer budget we've got, and hopefully we'll have 3 or 4 replacements to talk about. Maybe a really busy January transfer deadline day, and then depending on the situation we'll show at least 1 game, possibly 2 if there's not much action. So Preston is the next one after that, and I'd imagine we'll be facing off against them. Let's see where they are in the league. They're up around a 16th place, just 2 points behind, so the perfect sort of tie for that. But hopefully by then we'll have got a few more results, and we'll be back in slightly happier form than we ended that one. But if you did enjoy this episode and those interesting 2 performances, please do put a thumbs up on the video. We've just got to remember how far we've come in the last 2 years. From Kettering in the National League North just over 2 years ago, we've just gone to Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup Quarter Final. So let's not cut too downhearted at the moment. I think the individual errors is the hardest bit to take, because generally we're playing a tactic very well, but the new manager bounce has well and truly gone now, as we've lost 3 games on the bounce in all competitions. But let me know where you think the chairman or director of football will improve things in January. I hope he gets a centre half in if these 2 are injury prone, but otherwise where else do you think he'll strengthen the squad? I'm really interested to see what he does in the window. We should be solid defensively, but individual errors are costing us, and hopefully long term we can fix that. But if you're new to the channel and haven't already, subscribe for daily FM20 content from both of my long term stories. This one will be back in 2 days time, hopefully with some big transfer news from Charlton Athletic, and in the meantime we continue our 7th season at Dorking Wanderers. The last 2 episodes were the summer transfer special and the start to the season, so if you're not up to date you can catch up in the eye above with that one, as well as all of our other FM20 content. Finally, I'm part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews, and you can see the link to the matchday vlogs in the eye above. A massive thank you for your support with those, we really do appreciate your feedback on them, and a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and your continued support with the series, and I hope to see you next time for a big Championship game, as well as what we hope will be a lot of big transfer action too.